The Democrat Party, the National Democratic Party, is in absolute disarray. We're about to show you a whole bunch of examples of that, tell you why they got here, how they got here, and how they get out. I mean, I don't really know. Look at what they've got right now. They have an impeachment that's doomed for failure. It's only going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their presidential candidates. They have bad messaging. They have no control of it. They have bad presidential candidates. In fact, the candidates are so bad, they have new presidential candidates jumping in, and they suck just as bad. This is a party without a platform. This is a party without a plan. Now, nothing lasts forever. Eventually, they will figure things out, hopefully not anytime soon, but it's bad right now. If you're a National Democrat and you're looking at the state of your party, you better be real nervous. Nancy Pelosi took to the podium today after yesterday's disastrous impeachment hearing. And let me say this before we go to Nancy Pelosi. You know, yesterday's impeachment hearing was a disaster when even places like NBC News were printing headlines that said it lacked pizzazz. Essentially, all of America was bored to tears with what should have been the biggest, most exciting day of the impeachment hearing. People were confused. They don't even get what the accusations are. The accusations seem to change from day to day. And it actually gets much worse than that. Before you hear Pelosi speak, understand the pickle Nancy Pelosi is in. It is very real. She has to have an impeachment. She must push forward with this. Why? She promised their base 3 years, and not just her. All those Democrats in the House have been telling their base for 3 years. Many of them ran for election or re-election on, we're going to impeach Trump. Elect me and we'll impeach Trump. Elect me and we'll impeach Trump. Well, now they start this impeachment inquiry, and they don't have anything. Their star witnesses flamed out horribly. So what should she do? Well, if she doesn't stop this impeachment, if Nancy Pelosi does not find a way to stop this, once it's done in the House, this moves to the Senate, and we're already hearing rumblings about the Republicans in the Senate planning some really juicy things for it. They are going to make the Democrats look awful. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrat Party cannot afford to let this impeachment go to the Senate, but at the same time, they can't politically stop it. It's an unstoppable train. They signed themselves up for their own doom when they signed up for this impeachment. Nancy Pelosi absolutely knows it, even though she went to the podium today and did the best she could to defend it.
This isn't about for Democrats. This is for the American people. This is about patriotism. It's not about politics, Democrats, Republicans. It's not about anything political. It's about patriotism. It's about honoring our oaths of office and to uphold the Constitution, and the Constitution spells out what our responsibilities are and what our penalties are. And yesterday, I do believe the truth will set us free. And so the truth coming from the president's own appointee describing bribery and threatening, in the course of it, threatening the identity of the whistleblower was just shameful behavior.
If you're a little confused as to what all that gobbledygook meant, you're not alone. I've seen that clip 3 times today. I still don't even understand what she's trying to say, and I have to be honest, and believe me, I am not being mean here. I don't think Nancy Pelosi knew what she was trying to say. I will mention again before I play you another Nancy Pelosi clip about bribery. Nancy Pelosi's health is the most underreported story in the United States of America today. This is not some no-name jerkwater congressman. This is the Speaker of the House of Representatives. God forbid something were to happen to President Trump and Vice President Pence, she would walk into the Oval Office as President of the United States. And while I have never liked Nancy Pelosi, and I never will like Nancy Pelosi, I also can openly acknowledge that for years, for my entire life in politics, she has been one of the sharpest people in Washington, D.C. Look at this next clip and tell me, is this person still one of the sharpest people in Washington, D.C.?
The devastating testimony corroborated evidence of bribery uncovered in the inquiry, and that the president abused power and violated his oath by threatening to withhold military aid and a White House meeting in exchange for an investigation into his political rival. a clear attempt of the president to give himself the advantage in the 2020 election. Doing so, as I've said to the president, jeopardize our national security, undermine our national security, jeopardize the integrity of our electoral system, violate your oath of office.
People, it's not just me. And I want to reiterate this. Normally, I don't qualify things, and I have no problem being a jerk. I don't know what's going on with Nancy Pelosi. I wouldn't pretend to know. I will tell you I've had elderly people in my life go through similar looking things. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant for the families. So I am not taking petty pot shots at her. I'm really not. But that is not a person who's doing that well. And for all the reporters who want to run news stories on Donald Trump's fitness for office every other day, hello, are you watching?